And hello from Lights and Gear. It's time for another flashlight. Today, something a little different. This is actually a company called Eagle Eye, and we have one of their flashlights, but they actually have quite a few in the Eagle Eye name, which I was unaware of before I got this light. This is the Eagle Eye X2R, and as I say, it's just one of probably about a dozen models that they have, and they're all a little bit different with varying light intensities and so forth. Now, there's not too much you can read on this since this box is pretty much Chinese, but it does take an XM-L2 U2 LED, and not really much here to say as far as the box is concerned. Black 3C is about all you'll get there. So anyway, and this is what you get, just this little white box. It is one of these sort of nondescript types of packaging, which you do find with some of the lower cost LED flashlights, and this one is lower cost because it is missing a few of the bells and whistles that some of the brand names have. Now here's the light wrapped up in a little bubble pack, and here he be, she be, whichever sex it happens to be, and it's about a little less than around 5 inches long, a little less than 5 inches. So it's kind of reminiscent to me of some of the older style LED lights, or the lights that came out first when LED lights were starting to become popular. And many were sort of very simplified lights with very slimline designs. As you can see here, this has a tail cap on and off switch. It's not tactical, but it is a tail cap switch, and it does stand pretty well. Tail stand capability, and there's your LED up inside here. It is a slight orange peel reflector, so the it's not it's not a primary focused beam like some of the other lights are that we've talked about recently. It's more of a regular a regular type of beam, which has a good hot spot and a nice corona around the edge. So it's just that's what it is. So we'll get to the particulars on that in a moment. But the other thing that does set it apart from some of the older style lights that look like this and have 3 operating modes, it also is rechargeable, and that's something which you wouldn't have found several years ago. So here's your USB, micro USB right in there. It does not come with a charging cable the way most rechargeable flashlights do, but then of course you pay more for those than you do for this. This is pretty inexpensive, and I'm also offering a coupon for the price of this to even bring it down a few dollars more. So within the box you actually do get a little packet of accessories. Here you get an alternate tail cap button, and this is probably reflective, I would imagine. So instead of the standard black, you can and I don't know if they're all going to come out green, but that's what this one is. And you also have a couple of O-rings in here, and you have an adjustable lanyard. So there are your accessories. There is no pocket clip for this light. So its intended way of carrying is just to slip it in your pocket, or of course use the adjustable lanyard right here. So it has 3 modes: low, medium, and high. And for somebody who likes a simplified flashlight, this is it. For perhaps an older person, or someone who just doesn't like a lot of the bells and whistles that come with most of the flashlights these days. There's no programming involved. There's nothing like that. It's very, very simple. And there are 3 modes: low, medium, and high. There are no flashing modes, so there's no strobe, no SOS, no location beacon or anything like that. It's just 3 modes, and that's it. And all you do is turn it on, and then, as with most flashlights of this type, all you do is press the button lightly, and you'll change the modes. And there is mode memory, so it will remember the last mode you were on. So at least there's that. But just to turn it around a little bit here, flash it about as you happen, as you do with flashlights. So we are in, right, that was low mode. So this is low, and this happens to be, this actually comes in a couple of tints, and this is the warm tint. This is the warm white. It comes in a regular cool white and a warm white. This is the warm white, and I will say, if you can tell on the camera, this is a nice tint. Around I think it's supposed to be about 5,000 K, 5,000 to 5,500. I believe that's what it's supposed to be. If it was cool white, it would be in the 6s. So it's not really warm, but it's just sort of a neutral white. Now here is medium, and here is high, and it's pretty good. It has a very nice, almost like a diffused beam, and it has pretty good coverage. It actually goes about, I think the description says about 200 meters, around 200 meters for the beam distance. And the top lumens is about 550. So you're looking at about 550 lumens here. Not too bad. And obviously, as I said, for perhaps an older person or someone who's not looking to do a whole lot with their flashlight, this is absolutely perfect, because indoors it's magnificent, and it will certainly do a nice job outdoors as well. You can check my website at lightsandgear.com, where I do have my written review, and of course there are pictures there, both indoors and out, so you can check that and sort of gauge for yourself what you think it's capable of in your own world. And let me just look at a couple of the other particulars that I have here. It has an integrated heat dissipation design. It has memory. It is rechargeable. It is waterproof to IPX65, and that's not submersible, but it will take heavy splashes of water and so forth. They say to be careful of it with dust and water, so it's not going to be submersible. It, of course, is aluminum alloy, and it has a textured orange peel reflector. Beam distance, as I was mentioning, beam distance was tested at 50 to 100 meters, so not terribly far, but far enough if you need to look for, if you need to look for a couple hundred feet, you're fine. And it does have the toughened ultra clear glass lens with anti-reflective coating. So there are some nice little touches here. Now let me just briefly touch upon the charging for it. As I say, it does not come with the USB cable, but all you'll do, of course, is put the end right in there, and then attach the other end to your USB source. And when you do so, this light will come on. So when it comes on in red, it's charging, and when it's finished charging, it turns blue. What I found is that as soon as I plugged it in and started the charging process, this light here turned red, but the actual light itself came on. And then after a few seconds, it turned blue. And it doesn't mean it's freezing cold. It's just, it's sort of a, I don't know, it's sort of a knee-jerk reaction because the light is on. So, as I say, I plugged it in, this turned red, the light was on, the light came on, and then the red changed to blue. So that told me that the charge had finished. It wasn't taking a charge. So I played around with it for a couple minutes and realized then I'm supposed to click the tail cap and turn the light off at that point. After the light was on, I'm supposed to turn it off. And when I did that, it turned back to red. So there's no instructions, so you'd have to sort of figure that out yourself, which I did. So that's what you have to do, is turn the light off from the tail switch, and then the blue will change back to red, and the charging will go. And it actually, it actually puts in quite a good charge. From my inline tester, it was actually putting over 900 mA into the battery, or 0.9 MA 900 mAh. So it's actually pretty good. It has a good strong charge that goes into it, just shy of 1 full amp, 1,000 MAs. So that's pretty impressive. So it does put a good strong charge in it. So anyway, that is what you call the Eagle Eye X2R. And again, there's a link below if you want to pick one up. and a coupon if you want to apply that at checkout, and you'll get a few dollars off. And you can check out some of their other lights as well in the series. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Visit lightsandgear.com for the outdoor beam shots and more, and I'll see you next time for another video. Take care.